Welcome back. Welcome back to the Onrush Media Group Weekend Wrap Up. I am Rudy D'Dude. Thank you all. Thank you all. All 13 subscribers. Hey. Let's keep it positive. Let's keep it positive. Structure, constructive, positive. All right. As a disclaimer, as always, I am an everyday working man. Matter of fact, I tell you, I'm so much of an everyday working man that I'm gonna have to put in a budget, work in a new budget for this upcoming inflation. Yes, price is going to go up. I totally understand. I understand economics, as well as cause and effect. Cause and effect. So therefore, me personally, I like to cook twice a week. Like to keep my meals fresh, but now I got to go back to the old school when I first came out of college and cook for the week. That's understandable. So have to buy stuff in bulk. That's how much of a everyday working man I am. Bills are paid, but we still want to have some money left over for savings. Yes. And investing as well. Also, another disclaimer is my gimmick. My gimmick is for the kids. I mean, but I understand the adults are watching, but once again, for the kids, because the kids are watching, they are wondering, do I have to be this? Can I grow up to be this? Can I grow up to be that? And who is encouraging them? Because obviously, if you watch the media, majority of that is not supporting, or it will support a small portion of it, but then have 10% positive, 90% filled with negativity, drama, chaos. Ask yourself. Ask yourself this. Are we addicted to drama? I mean, is majority people addicted to drama? Chaos. There's no positivity. Nothing positive in anything. Ask yourself that. As well as ask yourself, do you understand the phrase cause and effect? One term, two terms. Terms cause and effect. And then turn around and ask yourself, are your actions speaking louder than your words? Or what you post on social media? Are you a good steward of your belongings and what belongs in your responsibilities and everything that you're accountable for? Trust me, and I look at myself in the mirror as well when I ask these questions. So I'm not above or below. No. Do you understand the kids are watching? And since the kids are watching, look, they proclaim if you're ready for college, seniors continue on grinding and continue on looking, searching. But sophomores, juniors, this is the time to put your head down and get into the research. If you have the grades, especially if you already have the grades, start applying. Go and talk to a teacher, help you with an essay if your parents can't do it. Parents have certain skills and they understand, but parents, y'all invest in it. If you know this is a skill that you are not great at, invest in it for your child. This is what. But, however, with money you need education as well. Education is important. Now back to these high schoolers. I understand that it is difficult. I really do. I can only imagine, because normalcy is not what it was when I was growing up. But you must think about your future. You must plan goals. That's why I'm asking the adults, what are your goals for today? Because you have to understand the kids are watching. Now, once again, education. They say college is not for everybody, or everybody cannot afford a college. That's why you have to plan for it. And it is possible as well. Now, understand this. A young high school student in Louisiana, Cassidy Parnell, shines with a GPA of 4.1. The impressive feat has placed Parnell at the top of the graduating class. Parnell is also a dual enrolled in computer science classes at Baton Rouge Community College. Her track record has caught the attentions of various schools, securing over 100 colleges offers to date and collecting nearly $4.5 million in scholarships. This girl is a hard worker. Wow. Loyal friend, organized, witty, and make good decisions. She loves to learn new things. If she doesn't know something, she will look it up and remember everything about it. She is not afraid to explore new horizons and take pride in her school and the work she does for IBM. She really makes our jobs as parents easy. That was stated by her father. $4.5 million in scholarships. Man, yo, Tuskegee, I hope you're in that. I hope you're in the list. I mean, this is pure talent. But I heard Southern University is kind of on top of it. It's really on top of it. But you know what? I want to send shouts out to those who understand the frustrations of scholarships. I mean, I believe earlier we talked about I forgot the group name, but they have donated $110,000 to HBCU students. And this organization, National College Resource Foundation, producers of the 18th annual Atlanta Black College Expo, are once again back in person this Saturday, March 26, 2022 at the Cobb Gallery Central, 2 Gallery Parkway, Southeast Atlanta, Georgia, from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Please mark your calendar. Parents of high school sophomores and sophomores, juniors, even bring the freshmen. Please mark your calendars. It's next year. It's next week in Atlanta. Okay? Now, this event help high school seniors and college transfer students looking to transfer to college to a 4-year college. In addition to getting connected to college recruiters, students will have access to motivating and informative seminars and workshops, which includes booming careers, how to find money for college, internships and careers, why attend an HBCU, and New Year HBCU President's Forum, meet the president, and how to survive in college. The Black Expo is open to students, educators, parents, and caregivers of all backgrounds. Students gain access to recruiters, college recruiters, and millions of dollars in scholarships. Attendees can meet with colleges and participants in workshops from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. with an after show from 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. That's what's up. Now, that's another organization that, a non-profit organization. So those all millionaires that are listening, you know what I'm saying? Let's once again put your money where your mouth is. Black College Expo is a trademark program of National College Resource Foundation, a 501c3 nonprofit organization that functions daily as a full-service student outreach program in various schools. The BCE was founded by Dr. Teresa Price as a vital link between minorities and college admissions. The foundation began its service to underserved and underrepresented students in 1999 in response to California Proposition 209, which banned affirmative action policies at state colleges, disrupting the already tenuous relationship between minorities and college admissions. On February 26th of the following year, the foundation hosted the first annual Black College Expo, an event that highlights historical Black college universities and other post-secondary institutions to provide admissions and scholarship information to students, parents, and other visitors in attendance. The National College Resource Foundation mission is to curtail the high school dropout rate and increase degrees and/or certificates enrollment among underserved, underrepresented, at-risk, low-resource, homeless, and foster students. Their vision is to close the gap in the educational achievement, workforce, and economic disparities with the goal to end racism and racial inequality. The organization has been serving over 22 years and still moving. That's what's up, man. That's what's up. You know, there are plenty of resources. You have to ask yourself, are you putting in the work? That go the other part. Just like that young lady, just like that young student, Miss Cassidy. You know, if I don't know it, I'm gonna look it up. I'm gonna look it up and remember it. Information. That's the other part right there. Work. Are you doing the resources? I mean, are you utilizing resources? Or are you even trying to learn? Or you just... that should have been a question right there. Well, that does fall back to, are your actions speaking more louder than your words? Or whatever you post on social media. You know, you can concur on this, or concur or dislike, like or dislike all day. But then again, that's how you spend your time? That should have been a question too. How do you spend your time? Now, we do live, now I live in America. And I live in one of the cities, main cities of America. And it's, you know, you gotta understand, like I said before, don't let money be a bad word. It is a necessity, but it is part of the necessities that you would need here in this country, because greed is real, and this is a capitalist country. So the money do talk, and everything else won't. And that's why when you go into your profession, your career, you gotta have, do you have a goal? Do you have a plan? Do you have somewhere you need to go? Do you have a ladder that you need to climb? Will you be needing mentors? These are all questions, because promotions are real, and promotion do dictate how you live your livelihood, especially when living in the city. So as a professional, understand where you want to go. Longevity Foundation, the nation's leading cancer-focused nonprofit organization, announced that Dr. Eugene Manley, has joined the organization as the Director of Community Engagement. In his new role, Dr. Manley will oversee the Minority Scholars Training Program, as well as several other health equity initiatives, such as Health Equity in Action Speakers Series and annual Health Equity Roundtables. Before joining Longevity, Dr. Manley Jr. worked at the Lung Cancer Research Foundation as Director of Scientific programs, where he oversaw the foundation research grant. He created new funding opportunities during his tenure, including the Minority Career Development Award in lung cancers, developed educational and scientific content for the websites and social media, act as organization liaison to the Lung Cancer Mutation Consortium, my bad, and an advocate for health equity in lung cancer. Prior to that, Dr. Manley Jr. was the Assistant Director Corporate Alliance at American Association for Cancer Research Foundation. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Constellation, a group within Stagwell, announces Texas Southern University alumni Zekiah Larry as Global Chief Communication Officer as the network expands and bolsters business offerings. Miss Larry is the first woman, millennial, and black professional to join the leaders at the helm of Global Collective. Ms. Larry, a longtime communication executive, entrepreneur, and journalist, will develop and oversee a comprehensive internal and external communication strategy for Constellation that will support and help guide business goals and the client experience. This includes oversight of media relations, corporate responsibility, social media, crisis, business and executive communication, and live events productions. She will oversee strategic communication planning and execution for a Constellation ecosystem of 6 agencies and businesses that have a combined employee number of 3,000 and international footprints, including U.S., Amsterdam, Australia, Brazil, Netherlands, Singapore, and UK. Go ahead, young lady. Go ahead. Children's Minnesota is pleased to announce the promotion of Morehouse College alumni Dr. James C. Burrough to Senior Vice President, Government and Community Relations, Chief Equity and Inclusion Officer, effective immediately. The promotion adds advocacy, government affairs, and community relationship under Burrough's purview as Children's Minnesota's looks to increase its impact in the community and accelerate its engagement in government affairs to advocate for policies that positively impact the health and well-being of children. Burrough has served as Vice President, Chief Equity and Inclusion Officer since 2022, previously as Senior Director, Chief Equity, previously as Senior Director. In the first ever role at Children Minnesota, James has made strides towards equity within the organization. He led the development and implementation of a strategic plan to advance diversity, equity, and inclusion, created the Equity and Inclusion Internship Program designed to provide a more racially diverse employee pipeline, enhanced and aligned the organization's 6 employee resource groups, designed a revised approach to safety, security, and policies at Children's Minnesota, and led an organization commitment to transparency in the development of disaggregated racial data reporting for hiring, retention, and supplier diversity. Strava, the leading social platform for over 98 million athletes and the largest sports community in the world, announced the hire of Ms. Zipporah Allen as Chief Marketing Officer. In this role, Ms. Allen will be responsible for overseeing the marketing and communication organizations to support Strava's continued community and business growth worldwide. Prior to joining Strava, Ms. Allen served as the Chief Digital Officer at Taco Bell, where her responsibilities centered around transforming the customer experience via brand's digital products, including apps, webs, delivery, loyalty, and CRM. Prior to relocating to her native Southern California, she was the Chief Marketing Officer for Pizza Hut US, based in Dallas. She had this to say. Strava's vibrant community and the company's deep sense of purpose make the products relevant for athletes everywhere. It's an honor to join the organization at this important moment of growth to shape the brand and athletes experience around the world. All right, go ahead, young lady. Go ahead. Southern California. Lassen Peak announces the appointment of Greg McCurdy to its advisory committee. Mr. McCurdy serves as the managing director of McCurdy Consulting, GMC. Prior to GMC, retired Assistant Sheriff McCurdy completed a 30-year career with the Las Vegas Metro Police Department, the LVMPD. While at the LVMPD, his role as Assistant Sheriff and Deputy Chief made him responsible for special operations, homeland security, and investigations across a most unique major American city and county, Clark. Locations that require specialized public safety producers to accommodate over 30 million tourists each year, primarily fueled by the Las Vegas gaming industry, but while more recently adding major professional sports and racing venues to the area. Upon Assistant Sheriff McCurdy's retirement, he consulted to hotels and casinos enterprises where he built and led security and surveillance teams. Other professional endeavors included consultation for the National Football League, evaluating security practices at major sporting venues, as well as affiliation of a most first responder communication network used by law enforcement agencies across America. Like I said, as I'm going to always say, we all have our part to do. We all have our part to do. Media, security, doctors. We all have our part. And young man, young lady, understand it can be attainable. It can be attainable. Okay? Let's keep it going, man, because people are getting it out here. Measure Learning, the leading provider of online test development and delivery solutions for higher education and professional testing organization, announced Tim McClinton as its new Chief Executive Officer. McClinton brings over 20 years of EdTech and educational ventures leadership experience in driving growth across a broad portfolio of service and markets. McClinton will lead Measure Learning's continued expansion into the professional credentialing and higher educational market through new and innovative assessment services backed by advanced technology and security. Most recently, McClinton served as president at Axon Learning, leading its safety and security business across several brands to provide assessment and training solutions for safety and security professionals. At Axon, McClinton led the digital transformation of the safety and security segment and accelerated expansion into new high-growth markets like cybersecurity and EHS software. Prior to Axon, McClinton served as president and managing director at ICAMS and general manager at Becker Professional Education, two Atlan global education companies. Yeah, we have our parts. We all, like I said before, we all have our parts to do. The community. Help at Home, a leading national provider of in-home person-centered care for seniors, announced the appointment of Dr. Christina Jenkins to its board of directors. Dr. Christina Jenkins is a venture investor and strategic advisor who uses technology and trusted relationships to improve health at scale. She is a venture partner at Phoenix Venture Partners, leading investment in seed and early stage digital health and hardware enabled platform companies use for diagnosis and monitoring. Dr. Jenkins served on the boards of several venture-backed companies, is a board advisor to Independent Health Group, and advised C-suite healthcare leaders in health system redesign, integrated care strategies, and clinical value improvement. Previously, she was the founding CEO of One City Health, a population health-focused subsidiary of NYC and NYC Health and Hospitals, the nation's largest public hospital system. There she led a $1.2 billion effort to accelerate value-based payment readiness for 1 million low-income New Yorkers through effective novel tech platforms and integrated models across the care continuum. She was a Bloomberg appointee to the board of NYC Health and Hospitals, serving as the board chair of its Quality and Performance Committee and a member of the Quality Committee of Health First, a 1.2 million member health plan. Dr. Jenkins is a former practicing internist trained at Mount Sinai in New York, where she served as the clinical instructor in medicine. Let's keep it going. Dr. James D. Atkinson, MD, is being recognized by a continental who's who as distinguished palliative medicine specialist for his work in the medical field and acknowledgement of his work at Francis Hospice and palliative care. He has always wanted to be a doctor and help people. Dr. Atkinson was first inspired after witnessing a childhood friend who hurt his leg while playing. Dr. Atkinson constructed a splint for his friend to help him walk, and this was when he knew he would pursue a career as a physician when he grew up. Dr. James D. Atkinson has been working as a palliative medicine specialist for over 38 years. Like I said before, little boys and girls, follow. This is what you want. If that's what you want to do, understand you do have the opportunity to do it. But in order to get that opportunity, you have to get yourself in a position. In order to get yourself in a position, you're going to have to work for it. Just like anything else. Now, let's share some history here. Since we're talking about doctors, let's share a little bit of history here. Well, this is our history segment. Dr. Claude H, a friend, a mentor, the founder of the Society of Black Academic Surgeons, past president of American College of Surgeons, and editor of the Archives of Surgery. Dr. Organ was a major leader in surgery in the United States. He was an emeritus professor, Department of Surgery, University of California, San Francisco, and established and served chief of the UCSF East Bay Surgery Residency Program, shaping the career of countless surgeons in the country. A native Texan, Dr. Organ received his secondary education in public schools of Denton, Texas. He received a bachelor's degree from Xavier University, New Orleans, Louisiana in 1948, and his MD degree from Creighton University School of Medicine in Omaha, Nebraska, 1952. His time at Creighton continued while he completed a surgical residency in Creighton University Affiliate Hospital. After serving as a lieutenant commander in the U.S. Navy Medical Corps, 1957 through 1959, Dr. Organ joined the faculty of the Department of Surgery at Creighton University, 1960. There he rose to the ranks of professor and chair of department. He then moved to University of Oklahoma Health Science Center in Oklahoma City, where he was professor of surgery. Dr. Organ became a fellow of the American College of Surgeons in 1961 and has served as an active participant in and leader of numerous college activities. In 1999, the ACS Board of Regents presented him with the Distinguished Service Award, the highest honor award by the ACS. Dr. Organ was second vice president of the college from 2001 to 2002 and ACS president from 2003 to 2004. Throughout his academic career, Dr. Organ has committed to surgical education at both the graduate and undergraduate level. At Creighton University, he developed an elective surgical honors program for senior medical students who were pursuing a career in academic surgery. His work to support and encourage surgical residents to pursue biomolecular research and enter academic surgery has been a valuable part of his career. Dr. Organ has served in leadership positions for numerous surgical organizations and societies. In 1984, he was elected president of the Southwestern Surgical Congress, and his presidency in that organization was characterized by significant changes in the association policies, programs, and new initiatives. Furthermore, a lecture named his honor Dr. Claude H. Organ Jr., Basic Science Lecturer of the Southwestern Surgical Congress, and was inaugurated in 1995. He also served National Director of Alpha Omega. He also served as a National Director of Alpha Omega Alpha Honor Medical Society, Director and Chairman of the American Board of Surgery, and President of the Western Surgical Association. Around 1997, Dr. Organ began to turn his attention to Africa. Through the Society of Black Academic Surgeons, Dr. Organ has taken several delegations of his surgeons to Nigeria. His dream to improve surgical care to the people of Africa has yet to be fulfilled, but the seeds of progress have been sown. With a professional interest in both general and endocrine surgery, Dr. Organ is the author and co-author of over 250 scientific articles and book chapters, and is past editor of the Archives of Surgery, a position he held from 1989 to 2004. Sorry, y'all. I live in the city. Let's continue. He is also the author of 5 books, including a 2-volume set, A Century of Black Surgeons, The USA Experience, 1987. Dr. Organ's contribution outside of organized surgery includes serving on the board of directors of Omaha-based Boys Town. In the past, he also served as director of the National Catholic Conference for Human Justice and a trustee of both Howard University and Meharry Medical College. Dr. Organ was a giant in the field of surgery and medicine, but he always had time to stop and talk to junior surgeons and medical students. His life is an example of how to truly be a mentor. He was quick to pick up the phone and call someone to help your career. He had been instrumental in getting American College of Surgeons and many surgical journal boards to embrace diversity. Many surgeons come and go with little notice, but Dr. Organ was noticed by everybody. He touched thousands, and he will be greatly missed. you know, that's what's up, man. You know, that's living a life that's full. That's living a life that's full. Yeah, and let's don't rule out this as well. He was also a family man as well, a husband, a father. It is possible. It's about what's in here. It is about what's in here, saying that you care and caring about the future. Thank you, Dr. Oregon. Thank you. Well, I hope y'all enjoyed Young Professionals, entry level, mid level, upper level, as well as high schoolers. You know, the information is there. But until then, I'm gonna see y'all next week, because
you don't understand. I ain't scared of you, mother.
you know, we live in modern times. I was just thinking about Dr. Oregon, as well as some of the other people that I have mentioned about that is part of American history throughout this season. And you know, yeah, majority of them, you know, majority had kids. I mean, majority of them were had a family as well as helping those within their professional communities. And that's what it's all about, legacy, especially here in this country. Legacy.